Hello guys, you're all welcome back. So in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I achieve this plunging or deep V neckline corset, so do stay tuned as I take you through the process. We are going to begin by drafting the pattern for the plunging neckline corset. I've already gone ahead to draft out our basic bodies. If you don't know how to go about this, there's a video on the channel that you can watch and learn how to draft the basic bodies. So I went ahead to mark my start line at the top there. So from that line, I'm going to be taking all my vertical measurements. I marked my chest line, my bust point of 9.5. That's my chest line. That's my bust point of 9.5. And my under bust, which is 13.5. And the waist, which is 18 inches. The waistline is 18 inches, but I added ½ inch for my sewing allowance, making it 18.5. And my shoulder measurement, which is 14 inches, I divided it by 2 to give me 7 inches. I marked it there, and then I came down at the shoulder point by 1 inch to achieve the shoulder slant. So I slanted the shoulder from the neck width to the shoulder point. Then I also marked my chest line, my armhole. I achieved this armhole by dividing my bust measurement of 36 inches by 6, which gave me 6, and then I added 1.5, which making it 7.5. So that is how I achieved my armhole point. That's 7.5 for the chest line at the armhole there. Then I went in by ½ inch and then gave it a curve around the armhole. So basically that's how I achieved this. I just went over it for the sake of those that don't have an idea. Watch the basic bodies video on the channel so you have a better understanding. At this point I'm going to be marking out at that line. I'll be putting in there our bust span, which is also nipple to nipple, from one nipple to the other. The bust span is 7 inches. I'm going to divide it by 2, which is 3.5. I'll mark it there at the waistline. Also mark it at the under bust, the bust point, and up to the chest line, 3.5. Then I'm going to rule a straight line from top to bottom. So I'll go over to my shoulder line. From the neck width, I marked out is 3.3 inches. The neck depth is 3 inches, and I gave it a curve around that place. So from that neck width, that point, to the shoulder point, which is 4 inches there, I'm going to mark out the middle of 4, which is 2. So I'm marking it there. I'm going to rule a straight line from that point, connecting to the chest line into the bust point. This is going to help us in marking out our dart around the chest area. So I'll come to the under bust, and I'm going to mark our dart line there. I will go in by 0.7 inches at the left side of the dart line, and then I'll go out by 0.7 inches again at the right side of the dart line. I'm going to mark same thing at the waistline, 0.7 inches at each sides of the line. Then I'll take my ruler and mark a straight line down from the bust point down to the waistline. from the under bust point down to the waistline. Then I'll go over to my bust point. I'll come down by 1 inch. At the bust point, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll take my curve rule and mark it, connecting it to the under bust. This is going to give the bust enough room to sit. Okay, coming down by 1 inch is going to give the bust enough room around that area. So connect that point. From that point, connect to the under bust. Then I'll go over to the chest line and I'll go up from the chest line by 2 inches. It depends on what you want, depend on how deep you want your sweetheart neckline to be. But 2 inches is okay for me. You can use 1, you can use 3, you can use any number you want based on how you want, what you really want to achieve. Then I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches at that line at the neckline there. So I'm going to go out or come in. I'm going to come in half inch into the middle of the corset, while the place that leads to the armhole, I will go out by 1 inch. We need more room towards the armhole because the bust is fuller at that side. So we came out half inch at the middle part of the corset, while at the armhole part we went out by 1 inch there. And I'll still go ahead and take 1/4 of an inch on both sides again, at the middle side and also at the armhole side of the corset. I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch. This is going to help us to tighten the neckline very well, to avoid any form of bulging. So I'm going to connect those points to the bust point. I'll connect it down. So after that, I'm going to take my illusion neckline, the plunging of this corset, the plunging aspect of this corset. I place my tape at the start line. From that start line, I'm going to mark 14 inches. That's how deep my client wants this the deep V neck to be. She wants it to stop at the 14 inches point. And so where the illusion net will start from, I want it to start from the chest line. You can go up, you can go up 1 inch from the chest line. You can come down to the bust point. It depends on how you want yours to be. So at that point where our illusion net is going to start from, I came out by 1 inch. And from that 1 inch point, I'm going to connect to the under bust. I'm going to curve it into the under bust. You can use your curve ruler. You can also use your free hand. So from that 1 inch point I came out just now, I just connected it to the under bust. Then from there, I'm going to connect again from that 1 inch point to that to form our sweetheart neckline at that point there. So yes, basically we've achieved the middle part of our bra cup. Then I'm going to rule a line from that point where our illusion net is starting from to where the deep V neckline is going to end, the plunging of our corset. So just rule a line from that point where the net is starting from to where the deep V neckline is going to stop. That's our illusion net yoke. That's what we're going to cut out as our yoke for the illusion net. So from there, I'm going to mark, take the round bust measurement, divide it by 4, divide your round bust measurement by 4, and mark it at the chest line there. Just mark it at that point. Then you're going to come down from that point by ½ inch. You come down by ½ inch. This is going to serve as our new armhole line. I'm going to extend that line. I'm going to extend that ½ inch line. But before then, we are going to curve from our dart, this second dart leading into the armhole. We are going to curve it to join our bust line. So just give it a curve around there. Into the ½ inch we marked. Then I'm going to extend that ½ inch. Yes. So after that, from that point now, you're going to mark, you're going to curve, you're going to you're going to make a curve into your underbust. So yes, we have our 2 bra cups now on both sides is ready. So we've already taken our round bust measurement, which is 9 inches there. So we're going to determine how much dart we took out. Every dart that we've taken out, you have to replace it so you don't run short of fabric. So that's 2.5 there. So you go over and mark 2.5, replacing the darts you've taken. You go over to your waistline, divide your waistline by 4, your round waist by 4. Divide this round waist by 4, and I'm going to mark it also, which is 8 inches. Then I'm going to measure the dart line taken. We took 0.7 inches on both sides, which is 1.5 inches. So we marked it there. You're going to rule a straight line from the new armhole curve down to the waistline. Then after that, you're going to add your sewing allowance. So I'm adding 1.5 inches as my seam allowance. You can make use of from 1 inch to 2, from 1 inch to 2 inches. Yes, but it's better you have enough. You can trim out any excesses later. So yes, we are basically done drafting our plunging neckline corset. So we'll cut it out now. So for our back pattern, we're gonna head to draft out the basic bodies there as well. Marked the shoulder measurement, 14 inches divided by 2, 7 inches, and also I've gone ahead to give it the shoulder slant, came down by 1 inch and slanted the shoulder at that point. And then the armhole depth of 7.5 inches achieved by dividing our bust measurement by 6 and adding 1.5. Then the neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 1.5. Then the chest line and the bust point of 9.5 inches and our waistline of 18.5 inches. So now we are going to go ahead and mark out our dart of 3.5 inches. I'm going to mark it at the waistline, at the bust point and the chest line. Then I'm going to rule a straight line from top to bottom. So yes, after this, I'm going to come down from the chest line by 1 inch. So that line is going to start from the bust point. So I'm going to come out by 1/2 inch and go in by 1/2 inch on both sides at the waistline. Then I'm going to connect from that bust point line down to the waistline. So yes, we've achieved our dart for the back pattern. So I'm going to go to the armhole. Remember, we came down at the armhole by 1/2 an inch at the front pattern. So we are going to do same thing here as well. We are going to come down by 1/2 an inch. Then we are not going to be adding, you can see I didn't put zipper allowance because I'm using eyelet for this corset, for this plunging corset. So there is no zipper allowance. We are using eyelet. I'm going to maintain the neckline. I'm not going down, I'm not coming down, I'm not going up. So I'll just connect it to the 1 inch we came down by at the armhole. But you can give the back neckline of your corset any shape you want, but I'm okay with how it is like this. So I'm going to mark my round bust, divide by 4. I'm going to mark it there, which is 9 inches. Then our round waist, divide it by 4. Then remember we took out that. Remember the 1 inch that we took, half inch on both sides, making it 1 inch. So we are going to be replacing that dart at that point as well. So I'm going to rule a straight line from top to bottom. And after this, I'm going to add my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. I'm going to connect the points. So yes, that's a back pattern. Remember, you're going to cut all these patterns on fold. So I'm going to be marking out 1.5 inches for the space at the back for the corset and for the eyelet. So I'm making use of 1.5. You can go in by 2 inches, but I'm going to be making use of 1.5. So I'll mark it from the neckline to the waist point. And I'll roll it down. And I'm going to be cutting it out. So this is what we have. So thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell so you're updated and notified when I upload the sewing part of this plunging neckline corset. Thank you and remain blessed.